On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. The back cover synopsis says, "The most dangerous journeys." Jeremy Pratt is a spy for the crown, and one of the best. He has been in more dangerous situations than he can admit, and has always come out unscathed. But escorting his colleague's cousin home to her family, even in disguise, just might be beyond his skills, and the temptation beyond his ability to withstand. Helen Dalton is convinced there is more to this man escorting her than meets the eye, and something familiar about him as well. There's only one man in the world who looks at her so intensely, banters with her so easily, and makes her blush so furiously. And when he manages a daring and heroic rescue, she wonders if she ever knew him at all. This is a dual point of view Regency spy with the hidden identity trope. The intimacy's moderate, the kisses. There is high language. The third book was lower, I think just due to character personalities. This one was back significantly higher. There were 64 times. Violence was moderate. There was torture mentioned. And so that's one of the potential triggers is the torture, the attacks, and the lying. As far as the con I had with this one is I didn't get to see more of Rosalind and Riverton, and I would have loved to see those two together. I don't know if we're going to get them in like a newsletter sign up or if they're going to be in a different book later on. It would have been nice to see them since they are fairly significant side characters. But on the pro side, you have the shin kicking, which doesn't sound like a pro, but it is. It was great. Because it led to so much humor and banter. There was the quote, "I'd like to kick you for implying I'm not." Helen cocked her head. "So do it." Jeremy scowled. "I can't kick you first, it's unseemly." Helen's lips quirked, and she seemed to be laughing to herself. Then he felt a kick against his shin, far less sharp than any before. "There," she giggled, grinning broadly. "Have at." The humor carried into not just their interactions, but also with his colleagues, where it says, "Did you hear me, Rook? I was hoping if I ignored you, you'd go away and take your favor with you." Or, "It's annoying. So are you, but we keep quiet about it." And so it's like, it's not just them, it's just all of the characters, this whole world that Rebecca's built. It's just amazing, hilarious, wonderful. Because on top of that, you add in those interfering loved ones. Sometimes we need these people in our life to talk some sense into us so we can have that, quote, renewed sense of who she was and what she wanted, unquote. That is great until your mother says, quote, "I want to know your secrets like any mother does, but I don't want to know anyone else's. Unless it happens to be particularly good gossip, then I am all ears." And those kind of side characters just add so much to the story, and then you get the depth of a person. Like Rook always seems very superficial in the other books, and so to see this one where he can hold different personalities based on the situation, it was really interesting, and it's very real. I mean, I have a very different personality around my in-laws and extended family. I feel like I fade more into the background than if I'm hanging out with my sister. Or if I'm at church, I take on a much more take charge personality to make sure things get done for our primary kids. So it's normal to take on different roles based off of the situation. And so to see him do that for work and his trusted friends and family, like that wasn't unrealistic. And so you got to see a lot more of him as a character, his depth of it, and that was really awesome, especially because he would say the swooniest things ever. Stop comparing yourself with anyone else, Helen. You're not like any other person in the world, let alone any other woman or any of your friends. Everything I have ever said to you or about you was probably the sincerest I have ever been publicly in my life. And he said that kind of stuff all the time. It was really awesome, especially because Helen was fairly relatable as a character. Her saying that, she looks dreadful when she cries, or she would hide her hurt and cynicism behind comedy, saying that most people were perfectly willing to be distracted out of their fleeting concern, and most of those people were not intelligent enough to know when they ought to be concerned anyways. It's, like I was saying, easy to put on different masks, different personalities for different situations. My favorite part of that one was, that is the fastest I have ever seen you leap to conclusions, Helen, and I was there for your adolescence. Again, relatable, right? We all have those adolescent moments where we're like, oh, wow, a little dramatic. That's okay, though. The best part, though, was the scene where Helen says, I noticed you didn't have any dances reserved for me this evening. Is that something you would like to remedy? Jeremy's slow, heated smile made her toes curl in her beaded slippers. Yes, I want all of your dances until the end of time. Be still, her fluttering heart. I want to kiss you right now. Dance with me, Helen urged, pulling him towards the others. Surely a man with your talents can sweep us away unnoticed at a convenient time. He grinned mischievously. I mean, that's about as good as it gets, right? It's just fabulous. This book is fabulous. This series is amazing. I am so glad I had a friend to recommend this one, and I took her up on it. So jump over to my social medias. I'll make sure the clickable link tree is in the show notes so that we can talk about this book, this author, this series. I would just love to hear from you. I will talk to you guys soon. Happy reading.